Welcome to Season 3 of the Toon Tracks Racing Diecast League. Today, we will have Event 4, the double lane curves, about to begin shortly. This event has been brought to you by JLHcrafts.com Racing, a great place to go for your 3D printed diecast accessories. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Toon Tracks Racing if you enjoy our videos. So now, let's take a look at the current leaders. We have Re-Race Diecast and Vern Davis currently tied for first with 2 wins. The cars are set and the first 2 are heading to the starting grid, and round 1 is about to begin. First up, we have the 18 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon and Jegs livery going up against the Nissan 370Z. Each car will switch lanes once, and for the tiebreaker, it will be the car with the fastest time. And for race 1, we got the Challenger SRT Demon grabbing first with the 8:28 time. He will take race 1, and now the Nissan 370Z will not only have to win the next match, but he will have to beat that time in order to move on. You can already see that Challenger SRT is going to be a tough one to beat. He's hitting the apexes perfectly, and he blows away the 370Z in the first match. So here comes race 2, and they're off. Can the Nissan do it? And the Challenger's in first. He cuts in front of the 370Z, and he's gonna take it with a clean sweep, 2-0. And the time will be irrelevant for this match, as the Challenger SRT Demon will move on to the semifinals. He took advantage of grabbing an early lead, cuts in front of the Nissan, and secures the win as he walks away with the dub. Match 2 is going to see the 98 Honda Prelude going up against the Dodge Charger Drift police car. And there they go. It looks like the Charger has an early lead. He cuts in front of the Prelude, and he's going to grab the first victory with an 8:76 time. Let's look at the replay as you see the Charger grabs a fast lead. And from this point on, he's got this race in hand. And now it's going to come down to see if the Prelude can win the next race and beat that time. The cars are back at the starting gate, and they're off. And it looks like the Charger again has the lead. And the Prelude spins out, and he's out. And the Charger's going to walk away with the easy victory. He, too, will move on to the semifinals. And that Prelude lost control going around the first bend. And he is eliminated, and that's a shame, because this car is usually fast on the track. But the Charger proved to be too much, as he grabs that victory right off bend 1. He already had it secured, and it's just a walk in the park from here on in. For match 3, we got the Aston Martin Vantage GT3 going up against the 96 Chevrolet Impala SS. Those engines are revving, and there they go, neck and neck, going around the first bend. The Impala has the lead, but here comes the Vantage. The Vantage passes him and grabs the win with an 8:64 time. Not bad. And it looked like the Impala had this one in hand, but the Aston Martin turns it on, passes the Impala, and he grabs the first dub. Going around the second bend, the Aston Martin has him by at least 2 lengths, crosses the finish line, and that's the first win. So let's go check the chopper cam. Uh-oh. And it looks like we're going to need another pilot. All interested, please apply. So the next match is off. Oh, what a crash by the Aston Martin! He hit the divider and flipped up, and the Impala's going to walk in with the easy win. But once the Vantage gets back on his feet, he's going to be happy because he's going to move on as he had the fastest time. But what a crash. Let's go take a look at this again. Coming around the first bend, he clearly has the lead, loses control, hits the divider, flips up and lands on top of the Impala. But in the end, he is still gonna move on, and man, what a crash. The Impala wins the battle, but unfortunately he's gonna lose the war as the Aston Martin Vantage will move on to the semi-finals, if he can get his car fixed. So for the last match of round 1, we have the 17 Nissan GTR going up against the 15 Dodge Charger SRT. And they rip down the ramp, neck and neck, too close to call on. Looks like the Chargers get the lead, but here comes the Nissan, and Nissan overtakes them, and he will grab the win with an 8.96 time. And then Nissan's looking good going into race 2, so that Charger's gonna have to turn it on in any hope of defeating that Nissan. And you can see that Nissan GTR turning it on right here, overtakes the Charger and cruises into the finish line with a 1-0 series lead. And now that Charger has a hill to climb with not only having to win this race, but having to beat that time. And they're off again, neck and neck. Looks like the Nissan's got their early lead again. And it looks like this is gonna be a clean sweep, but no! Here comes the Charger! He comes from behind and grabs the win with a 907. But unfortunately, it is not fast enough to knock the Nissan out, so the Nissan will move on to the semifinals. It looked like the Nissan got too cocky, thought he had this one won, but the Charger never gave up, grabs the lead, grabs the victory, but unfortunately his time is not faster than a Nissan GTR. So the Nissan GTR will move on to the next round. What a race. So that finishes up round 1. And look, there's Superfan Jimmy, last in line at Jason's Burger Hut. He's in danger of missing his first race, but man, you gotta meet him. He is such a class act. I guess he's not gonna miss the next race after all. So the semifinals are about to begin, and the first match will be the Challenger SRT Demon going up against the Dodge Charger Drift. This is going to be the battle of the Dodges. Looks like they're raring to go, revving up those engines, and they're off. And the Charger has a slight lead going around the first bend. And here comes the Challenger. The Challenger overtakes him, and he grabs the victory with an 8.32 time. That was close as they traded leads. You can see him trading leads going down the ramp. Around the first bend, the Chargers got the lead by 2 lengths. But then on comes the Challenger, overtakes the Charger on the second bend, and he will not relinquish the lead after this point. And he grabs the series lead 1-0 with a very good time. So they're back at the gate, and that Charger will have to beat that time and beat the Challenger. And it's tight going into round 1, and the Challenger loses control. And the Charger's gonna grab the easy win. But unfortunately, he does not grab the fastest time, and the Challenger SRT will move on to the championship. But what a scary moment as he loses control going around the first bend, manages to get back on track, but still not enough to defeat the Charger for this race. But that will not matter as his initial time is good enough to put him in the finals. So that's one car now penciled into the championship. And now it's time to see who he's going to face, as we have the Aston Martin Vantage GT3 going up against the 17 Nissan GTR. And both cars revving their engines, they're off. And the Nissan grabs the early lead, going on the first bend. Here comes the Aston Martin. He overtakes him on the second bend, and he will grab the win with an 8.80 time. Not exactly a good time, but will it be enough to defeat the Nissan GTR and move on? There's been a lot of passes and overtakes in this tournament, and this race is no exception as the Aston Martin overtakes the Nissan GTR going into the second bend, and he grabs the victory by at least 4 to 5 lengths. And what a win for the Vantage GT3. And then Nissan has his work cut out for him, and they're off. Neck and neck going on the first bend. The Aston Martin has the lead, and here comes the Nissan GTR. Passes the Aston Martin. He grabs the win with an 8.82 time. He was just 200ths off. That was it that separated these two cars, and what a shame and what a way to go. That's heartbreaking. He was this close to moving on to the championship, but the Aston Martin Vantage GT3 holds on, and he will slip on by into the championship to face the Challenger SRT Demon, and that should be a great match. And this concludes the semifinals, and now the cars will get ready for the championship. And it looks like one of our spectators in the middle row had a little too much to drink. This championship event is brought to you by JLHcrafts.com Racing. And let's head down to the track. And this will be the championship matchup. The Aston Martin Vantage GT3 going up against the 18 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. Both these cars are beautiful, and I cannot wait to see these guys go down the track. And there they go. And the Challenger SRT Demon grabs the lead, but here comes the Aston Martin. Neck and neck, and the Aston Martin wins it with an 888 time. The Challenger SRT Demon almost pulled that back out. He had the early lead going around the first bend, but the Aston Martin turns it on, going into second straightaway, overtakes the Challenger, and he clings on to the win. And if this race was any longer, that Challenger SRT would have grabbed the win. Just look how close this was. So the cars are back up to the starting grid. This is it. This is the race to determine who will be the champion. And they're off. And the Challenger SRT has the lead. But the Aston Martin grabs the lead, and here comes the Challenger. He overtakes him again. And he grabs the win with an 8:57 time. And he is the champion of the Diecast Racing League Double Lane Curve event. Congratulations to the Challenger SRT Demon. What a race! He had to make sure he blew away that Aston Martin to secure the victory, and he did just that with a time good enough to bring him to the podium with an 8:57 time. What a series this was. The confetti's flying once again. Congratulations to all the drivers who picked the 18 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. And looking at the current standings, you can see Josh Baxley has now tied Vern Davis and We Race Diecast in the lead with 2 wins. And we had a lot of new winners now posted here on the current standings. Congratulations to all the drivers who picked the Challenger. Well done. With 6 more events to go, the Toon Tracks Racing Diecast League is still up for grabs. Anybody can still win this. And if you liked and enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you do not miss any further events. And we will see you guys here soon, here at Toon Tracks Racing. Take care, all.